Dev Sisters have introduced a crazy amount of upcoming games and updates, like CRK Act 2, extra sneak peek into the May update, a huge collab coming in April of this year, a cookie run game in Roblox, and so much more. And yes, it's basically new features and updates to all the cookie run world, with each game getting its own special section, like Ovenbreak and Tower of Adventure. And really, you will realize how they are minimizing the gap between every cookie run verse, which is awesome. But I'll mostly focus on Kingdom and Ovenbreak with the summary of the others. Let's start with everything related to Cookie Run Kingdom. First thing I assume players will want to hear is that White Lily will be coming back. Yes, you heard that right. The developers have explicitly stated that the story of White Lily has not reached its end, and I'm sure this will make a ton of players happy, so do stick around with the story. And not only White Lily, but the Beast too. The devs themselves have said that Shadowmilk is the center focus of the Beasts, plus they will probably get a new story on the darkness they faced after they fell during episode 15. Now Act 2 is the juicy part for Cookie Run Kingdom, which is an entirely new story for Cookie Run Kingdom. With this opening animation sneak peek, and man, Shadowmilk will actually become a big deal, becoming a top tier villain it seems, with the entirely new design too. Act 2 is Arcana of Truth and Lies, which will be in a brand new world called Timeline of Fate, just like Beast Yeast and Crispia, which will introduce brand new cookies and factions, like Timekeeper and the Time Balance Department, which is confirmed to release in May by the way. They will also rework the structure and format of the story into a more advanced one, with stages like 1-3A and 1-3B instead of a single 1-3. And the release cycle will go from being 4 weeks long to being 2 weeks long. So yes, the amount of filler patches will be reduced like crazy. On top of the story, they will introduce amazing quality of life features, like a dailies tracker, so now you can know from one menu what to do for your dailies, and the focus of CRK updates will become reducing burdens, which is basically a ton of quality of life features every update. And back to Timekeeper Cookie's update, we will get a new epic cookie called Ash Salt Cookie, who's an assassin, and a legendary costume for Black Sapphire for winning Cookie of the Year, and an epic costume for Candy Apple Cookie, which looks awesome. And on top of all of this, a K-pop Demon Hunters collab will be coming in May, which looks like it will bring 3 new cookies into the game, which I personally hope are playable. And honestly, I think it will bring a ton of new players into CRK, similar to what the BTS collab have done. I must say the future of Cookie Run Kingdom is looking even brighter, and it seems like 2026 will be an even bigger year than 2025. And the fact that they will focus a lot on optimizations and quality of life will make the game even more enjoyable for a ton of players, and even get rid of features that made players stop playing. And that's it for CRK. Also, they did mention that only 2% of you are subbed to my channel, so if you aren't already, a sub will be appreciated. Let's move on to Cookie Run Ovenbreak, which is a sneak peek into Ovenbreak's 10th anniversary, and it seems like Dark Enchantress is coming to Ovenbreak. From this photo, we see Dark Enchantress, Agar Cookie, which will also become playable, with them sharing a sneak peek of her animations, plus a costume for Agar Cookie, which looks amazing. And alongside Agar Cookie, Red Velvet Cookie will also be coming, with even more animations and sketches being shared with us, which honestly look awesome. Plus a new cookie coming in April, and this work in progress update teaser being shared with us.
우와 진짜 멋있죠. 앞으로 출시될 예정인 쿠키들의 미역도 이런 식으로 나와주고 방금 너무 멋있는데요? 진짜 멋있는 이번 업데이트 주인공인 만큼 오 너무 멋있죠. 사령 경기만큼 이 정도 적들이랑 사운드는 전혀 어려움이 없는. 그리고 멋있게 사령 경기로서의 능력을 진짜 멋지게 보여주는 이런 장면. 초토화시켜버리네요. 네. 마지막에 암용공갑에 걸맞는.
And they're adding brand new map features to make the gameplay even more interactive for players, like this zipline, which honestly looks really fun to play, and things like a Hall of Fame and a ranking mode for the maps players themselves create. And in the normal world, the action mode is coming, which is a 2D open world where you can defeat monsters, similar to my Cookie in Kingdom, like being able to learn new skills, new gear, and stages with more and new monsters appearing. I think it's time to give Ovenbreak a real try very soon. And now on to Tower of Adventures. They gave us details about the update coming in March 25th, which will bring the long-awaited second Guardian Cookie. I don't know who this is, let me know. Phoenix Cookie, whose playstyle honestly looks really awesome. And after is Mala Longsia Cookie, which will come in Chapter 4, bringing a new story, a new map, and improvements to the boss raid with new mechanics. Plus, they did say Phoenix Cookie will be easy to guarantee as a free-to-play. And very importantly, Moonlight Cookie, Stardust Cookie, and Milky Way Cookie will all be coming in their second anniversary, similar to what they did in Cookie Run Kingdom's second anniversary. And this is yet another example of how they are narrowing the gap between every Cookie Run game by adding shared cookies. Now moving on to Witch's Castle, which is their ultimate casual game. They talked about new stages that will have mini games in them, some new mechanics to open new doors, and new ways to open them. Alongside that is a new cookie who is pure vanilla with an awesome new design. Of course, they talked about the upcoming Cookie Run game, which is the Oven Smash, launching very soon. It's an open world PvP game where you get cookies with their own skills, which is similar to titles like Brawl Stars. And it looks like it will be Dev's truly competitive games. And of course, the game will have a ton of cookie types and a ton of game modes like Gnome Battle and Jelly Race. And they do promise to make it a game that will stand out on its own, with features like spell cards, which give you an ability like summoning a big dragon, which does look really fun. And alongside everything, new games they announced like Cookie Run Crumble, and Cookie Run New World, which is an actual Cookie Run open world I'm very excited for personally. But it does look like Genshin, bro, especially Mondstadt. And last, they will be expanding by hosting a ton of real world events and the Roblox game, which is a card collecting game in Roblox with all having their own abilities, which sounds worth giving a try. Overall, the future of DevSys and Cookie Run games, especially Kingdom, is looking very bright and exciting. You can tell they're working very hard, and the upcoming updates and events look amazing. And I really like how they're making the gap between Cookie Run games smaller. By adding familiar cookies across them all, it should be easier to play new Cookie Run games. This was all, let me know what you look forward to, and I hope to see you soon.